Justin Trudeau is at it again, living large while the rest of us tighten our belts. There's no stopping this guy. He's still overcharging us on the way out the door. This time, he's billing taxpayers a jaw-dropping $81,000 for groceries in just 1 year, according to the Canadian Taxpayers Federation. That's nearly 2 average Canadian salaries. While you're counting every dollar at the checkout, Trudeau is feasting like royalty on your hard-earned money. Now, this is the same guy who in 2019, on one junket, spent $370,000 on in-flight catering while globetrotting on the government Airbus, washing it down with $3,200 worth of wine and beer, as reported by me at Rebel News. Remember when Trudeau tried to lecture us about the environment and he banned single-use plastics?
And what do you and your family do to cut back on plastics?
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of when we have water bottles out of a plastic, away from plastic towards paper. Like drink box water bottles sort of things. There's a number of choices we can make as consumers that will do better, and every consumer needs to look at ways they can make smarter choices in their consumptions. We certainly do that on a daily basis as we've switched from plastic water bottles to paper water bottles or cardboard water bottles, but there's always more things to do, and we're looking forward to continue that.
In the same year, 2019, Trudeau spent over $1,000 on those drink box water bottle sort of things, according to the National Post. You see, regular Canadians just too wasteful with the single-use plastic, so Trudeau virtue signaled banning plastic straws by categorizing them as the same level of toxin as lead, asbestos, and mercury. And yet, despite banning single-use plastics to save the environment, Trudeau just won't fill up his glass from the sink like a normal person. He has taxpayers footing the bill for his premium disposable water preferences. And speaking of being out of touch, did you catch the latest Liberal leadership debate? Not a single one of these out-of-touch elitists had any idea what a pound of ground beef costs, as seen in their debate coverage here.
Here. How much does a grocery basket cost for the average family? For four people?
I'm not the one who deals with the food shopping at the house.
200 to 250 in Toronto. It's about 250. Yes, I've done grocery shopping.
According to two organizations, it's approximately...
I save more than my husband when I do the shopping.
It's $300 per week. That's the Canadian average.
The presumed next leader of the Liberal Party of Canada, Mark Carney, an international bankster, stayed silent because he has no idea what a cart of groceries costs regular Canadians. But why would any of these people know? They don't grocery shop like the rest of us. They have us, hardworking, tax-paying Canadians, footing the bill for their caviar and filet mignon directly, as is the case with Trudeau, or covering off their inflated salaries, or subsidizing their businesses with inflated sole source contracts, or watching as their shareholders get richer while we get poorer thanks to their questionable ethics and cozy connections.
Do you support the Prime Minister's decision to veto the Northern Gateway pipeline, Mr. Carney?
I understand the veto of the Northern Gateway pipeline.
Do you support it?
Given both environmental and commercial reasons.
Do you support it?
I think it was sensible. I wasn't involved in the decision, but I think it was the right decision.
And yet your company has invested billions of dollars in oil companies in both Brazil and the UAE to buy pipelines. You bought billions of dollars of pipelines as a company in the last 5 years. Do you support those investments?
Mr. Poilievre, there is a global energy system, and one of the issues, I'm trying to explain a bit of how the economy works. One of the
Thank
issues,
you so much.
It may help. One of the issues for this committee in thinking about a sustainable transition.
Do you support it?
Where is Canada's role in those as energy transitions from fossil fuels to renewables? And in different jurisdictions, into different geography, it matters. It matters. Okay. And this is a fundamental point.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. This is a fundamental. You're finally getting to a point.
You've exceeded
that
the
is
time.
relevant to this committee's inquiry.
What you're saying is you oppose pipelines in Canada, but you support them in the UAE and in Brazil. That's what you've actually said.
There are specific.
That's your double standard.
Canadians are struggling. Food prices are going through the roof thanks to carbon taxes and liberal economic mismanagement. Families are forced to make tough decisions every single day.
And I think Canadian families are looking really closely at all of their expenses. I personally, as a mother and wife, look carefully at my credit card bill once a month. And last Sunday, I said to the kids, you're older now, you don't want to watch Disney anymore. Let's cut that Disney Plus subscription. So we cut it. It's only $13.99 a month that we're saving, but every little bit helps. And I think every mother in Canada is doing that right now.
Oh, but not Trudeau, not his friends. Their fridges are full and their bar carts are fully stocked, all courtesy of you. So tell me, Liberals, when do Canadians get a break? When do we get to put groceries on our tables without sacrificing something else? Because right now, the only thing these Liberal cronies seem interested in is feeding their own appetites while the rest of us tighten our belts. Unbelievable. But just another day in Trudeau's Canada. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. You know, we have an entire website devoted to uncovering and exposing the weird, woke, bizarre DEI ways the Trudeau Liberals have been wasting your money. To see infuriating stories just like today's, go to exposethewaste.com.